Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we'll start with a new chapter, that is leverage, cost of capital and value of firm. In this chapter, we will study 4 capital structure theories. That is the income approach, net operating income approach, traditional approach and approach. So today we'll be starting with net income approach. Net income approach is suggested by Durand. It defines a relationship between the value of the firm and its cost of capital. It means that the value of the firm is very much dependent upon the capital structure of the firm. Or we can say that it defines a relationship between the value of the firm and its capital structure. So guys, here capital structure is the combination of the debt and equity used by the firm to finance its operation, and cost of capital is the expenditure incurred in raising the capital of the firm. So now let's see what the theory says. According to NI approach, a firm may increase its total value by lowering its cost of capital. A firm will lower its cost of capital by increasing the proportion of debt in the capital structure, because we know that that is the cheapest source of the finance. Now, with the increase in the proportion of debt in the capital structure, the overall cost of capital reduces, and with the reduction in the overall cost of capital, the value of firm increases. Hence, we can say that the value of the firm will be maximum when the proportion of debt in the capital structure is 100%, and the value of firm will be minimum when the proportion of debt in the capital structure is 0%. So, moving on to the assumptions. The first assumption says that the cost of debt is less than cost of equity. It is because debt is the cheapest source of the finance. Second, there are no corporate taxes. Third, the risk perception of the investors is not changed by the use of debt. So this theory can be explained with the help of this diagram. On OY axis, we have cost of capital. On OX axis, it is degree of leverage. Now, KE is cost of equity, KD is cost of debt, and KO is the overall cost of capital. KE and KD are constant and KO is downward sloping. So, it means that with the increased use of debt in the capital structure, the KO will reduce, or the overall cost of capital will reduce. Now, for solving the problem, first you have to find out the value of the equity, which can be determined by dividing the net income by KE. KE is the cost of capital. Then you have to find out the value of debt, but this can be determined by dividing the interest and cost of debt, that is KD. And at last, finding the value of the firm, that is the sum of the value of equity and value of debt. So before moving on to the question, let's see how the question will solve. First, you have to deduct the interest on debenture from EBIT, and you will get earning for equity shareholders or net income. Now, to find the value of equity by dividing this earning or net income by KE, that is the cost of capital. Then you have to find the value of debt, that is interest upon KD, that is the cost of debt, and then the value of firm, which is the sum of equity and the debt. So let's see the question now. X Limited is expected an annual EBIT of rupees 10 lakh. The company has 40 lakh in 10% debenture. The equity capitalization rate is 12.5%. So you have to find the value of the firm and the overall cost of capital. So EBIT is given as 10 lakh rupees, 10 lakh. Now you have to deduct the interest from it, that is 10% of 40 lakh. So the amount of interest will be 4 lakh. Subtracting it, you will get the earning for shareholders. Now, finding the value of equity by dividing the KE, dividing the earning by KE, or cost of equity. Cost of equity is 12.5%. 6 lakh divided by 12.5%. It is 48 lakh. So value of equity is rupees 48 lakh. Now you have to add value of debt in it. It is given as 40 lakh. So your overall value of firm is value of equity plus value of debt, that is 88 lakh. Now you are also asked to find out the overall cost of capital. So now overall cost of capital is denoted by KO or WACC. It is weighted average cost of capital. So the formula for this is EBIT upon value of firm. So EBIT is given as 10 lakh rupees and value of firm is 88 lakh. Now dividing it, it is 0.113 or 11.3%. So guys, here your question is complete.